that store or cater to complex numbers I need to use, then this is the program for doing it. So I'm creating struct complex. Okay, complex number has real part and imaginary part. I hope in sem 1 or sem 2 one of the semester you might have already had notion of complex number, the number that has that I part, right? Real a plus ib form number. Any number in a plus ib form is called as complex number. A is the real part, b is the imaginary part, right? Okay. Here this is an important concept called as function prototyping. Whenever I am not defining a new function and I am just writing its definition, not defining in the sense I am not writing the body of the function or the code of the function, but I am telling my compiler that this named function is somewhere there in the file that you are currently in. So this is referred to as function prototyping. You are telling the compiler कि ये नाम का इतने आर्ग्यूमेंट होने वाला, ये रिटर्न टाइप होने वाला फंक्शन जिसका है ऐसा फंक्शन, there is somewhere in my program code. Okay, so what we are trying to do over here, tell the compiler is there is a function named add which I have written somewhere in the code. So you will find that written over here. This is the code for add function, line number 34 up to line number 40. We are currently at line number 10. So whenever compiler is scanning this particular file, when it reaches line number 10, it understands that there is a function whose name is add, which will have two parameters, because this particular list of parameters is having two separate values in a list. So comma से मैं list specify करता हूँ C programming में, यहाँ पे मैं parameter list specify कर रहा हूँ. In the parameter list there are two parameters I am specifying. One is of struct complex type, the other one is also struct complex type. But remember that in the prototype I am not specifying name of the arguments, the variable names for the arguments. It's just the data type of the argument that I am specifying. So my compiler, when it actually tries to compile the code and find use of this add somewhere in the code, so somewhere in the code here, this is the function call, the function add is used, it will make sure to understand whether A is a struct complex and B is a struct complex, and it won't give you an error for this particular line number 28, even if it has not scanned or it has not known the line number 34 yet. Okay, because A and B both, if they are of struct complex type, then my compiler won't give error, because now compiler knows at line number 10 that there are two there is a function named add defined somewhere below, whose code is defined somewhere below in the file, and who has two parameters, each of them being of struct complex type. Okay, and we are returning a struct complex. Again we are assigning this on line number 28, c is equal to add ab. So add ab जो भी result देगा वो हम लोग c को assign कर रहे हैं, where c is a struct complex. So we are again using the variable as we usually do, right? If there is on the right hand side something which is struct complex, on the left hand side also there is something which is accepting struct complex type data. Okay, so far and so good. Next thing is, in this program we are writing this particular function's definition or function's body as they call it as, or function's code to be precise. ये function का code है. अगर ये function को call मैं करता हूँ with the arguments, then this code is what going to get executed. So I will be having struct complex t defined in the first line. Second is I am doing t dot real, the real part of t. I am assigning it as x dot real. So x is the first parameter, y is the second argument. So x dot real plus y dot real, I am adding real part of x and y, and then I am adding imaginary part of x and y, storing those results in t's imaginary part and t's real part respectively, and returning t. T itself is a struct complex type, so I am returning struct complex type. Now you know, if you have read the definition of concept of functions in C programming, function generally returns a single value or a single variable. So I can return one integer, one character, one float value, or one pointer. If I want to return multiple or multiple variables or collection of variables in a single return statement. This is how I can encapsulate all those things into a structure and return that single structure back to the calling function. Okay, so this is another alternative while when we want to have multiple values returned from a function that computes multiple values. See, suppose a function is taking multiple arguments. Function can take multiple arguments using its parameter list. Okay, so I can have multiple inputs to a function, but while returning in C, function returns only a single entity, single variable. Okay, so if that variable is of struct type, then I can return multiple values along with a single value. Otherwise, what I need to do is I need to return an address, so that the function which is calling will go to that address and figure out what all values are stored there. Okay, so that's another part of returning multiple values from a function, but with lack of time I am not discussing that part, which is like your actual or passing by value, passing by address, etc., etc. So we are not going to talk about that because of lack of time, but maybe someday we can talk about that, passing values or passing references or returning references from a function. Okay, let it be. So we'll concentrate on the task at hand, learning the structure, because it's not much time left and I don't want to stretch this beyond 1 hour 15 minutes, because in the evening also I'll be boring you with one more session which will be dedicated to different kinds of usage of pointers in C programs. Now coming back to the definition of structure, this is just an addition program. If I ask you to do subtraction, what would be the change in the program? Maybe this function name would change to subtract, or rather we'll add a function that does the subtraction. So we will require in that case to have a function which will be called as subtraction, okay, which will be prototyped as the addition function is prototyped. Similarly, it has to be defined like the add function was defined. So I'll call it as again sub. Okay, then struct complex x, struct complex y, function definition. The only difference in the addition and subtraction of complex number is that real part is subtracted from the real part, imaginary part is subtracted from the imaginary part, and then we return t. So exactly same code, so code is not different, and then I can actually, after I have called the add function here, I can again call the subtract function. So it is not difficult to make use of an existing code to code another thing. So we will be doing function call and then we will be printing the result. Okay, again while printing the result I am accessing the real part, imaginary part using variable name dot the member variable name. So variable name in the sense variable name of the structure complex type, and then dot the member variable. So there are two member variables, real and imag. So we are trying to access those member variables here and print the values. Okay, I'll see if you have actually tried the other code, any one of you, and please paste on WhatsApp group. I have pasted the code on WhatsApp group. Have you actually downloaded it, any one of you, and tried executing it? Yes. Does it get executed properly? Any issue in running the code? So yes, then yeah, open in notepad. काही प्रॉब्लेम येतोय, काही ना प्रॉब्लेम येतोय. Okay, it's not compulsory as such. I'm just telling those who have access can try and understand. Yes, you can open it in see if you are having say mobile phones, and on mobile WhatsApp is running on mobile phones, you can download the file, try to open the file using the Word if you have on mobile phones. So I am not sure how you can do it on mobile phone, but rest who have access to PCs or who have access to GDB, they just copy that code and paste it into GDB and try running it. That's what I will be preferring to. Okay, so you can copy the code into the GDB editor and then you can run it over there. So I would urge you, so I'm keeping this session on till 15 more minutes. I'm also going to paste the code for this real imaginary part and the structure code for the complex through WhatsApp, or I will also mail you if that is easier for you. I will mail you the code as an attachment, both the codes as an attachment. For 15 minutes we'll keep the session on. If you are experiencing any problem, I'll be there to help you around understanding how to execute or how to understand the code part of it. Okay, so I'm stopping the recording here. If you have any doubts, we can keep on continuing this session.